The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Freaky Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. Today is February the 21st. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. Hey, you want to know how to have a great day? It's pretty simple. Just always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, what it means is we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I absolutely am grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next hour, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in. We can take a look at any instruments that you want, whatever time frame. Let's try to figure out what the market is communicating to you and I. If you can't call in, well, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Just in that subject heading, please put radio show question. And of course, inside our Tiger's Den, like Peter and John have done, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the indices in the red. Dow's down by 187 points, 0.6% to the downside. The leader is the semis. They're down 2.5%. NASDAQ Composite up 1.5% or close to that. Spot volatility index is still up, but it's still less than a one-day rate of change of 10% out there. So no big deal. It's above the 50-day exponential moving average. Let's leave it like that for the moment. Gold contract trading up 26 bucks. Silver up 18 pennies. Light sweet crude is off 34 cents. Natural gas down nearly 2 pennies. Bonds are up a full point. Leading the charge to the upside, it is stamps.com, dollar-wise, 1780. Do Commune Inc. DCO is a ticker symbol, up 14 bucks or 32%. John Deere is up 13. eHealth is up 11 or 9%. The Galapagos Islands, they're up 11 bucks or 4%. To the downside, it is Amazon, dollar-wise, leading the charge off 44 bucks. Booking Holdings 30. Google's off 18. Shopify down about 17. So plenty to look at. Of course, we want to look at what you want to look at. The first two requests, let's go to those. We have call-ahead seating. So that's where we go first. Let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, Steve. How about yourself?
Very good. Thanks. Looking forward to a weekend, although we've got a little bit of a cold front kind of moving through here, so that could be cooler weather and rain. I don't like cool weather. Not like you. You like cool weather. I hate it, but that's okay. A weekend still. And let's not get too much into that, but you're calling about a ticker symbol BGS. Why don't you tell us what that is, what you're looking at, and how I can help you?
I think we looked at this in the past, not too long ago, and just talked about how I was going to have a little patience with it, and I just wanted to revisit it. I've made some progress. Unfortunately, for some reason, I'm not able to. I'm on my computer, but nothing's happening with the charts or anything coming through on that. So I'll just have to go back in the archive and see what's happening. But just from my memory, it looks like it had at least a little bit of a reversal candle there at the low. And, so I just was going to have a look at the counts, just some of the things we typically look at.
Yes. So you're exactly right. So when we looked at it last time, I'll pull open the daily time frame chart out here, and it did generate the bottom pattern signal. Really generated a couple of them. One that we can see on this chart here is the A to B equals CD to the downside. Now, this was this smaller A to B equals CD. This is the one we started off back at the highs of, it looks like December 26th, and it moved down into January 16th. a retracement, about a 50% retracement into January 28th, and then it got down past the 1-to-1 area in that 1390 range. But you are correct. The candle that formed on February 18th created a three-river morning star pattern. So it was really those three candles, the candles from February 13th, the 14th, and the 18th. And what they did was they confirmed the D point of the A to B equals CD. Price was also pushing lower with less relative energy, so it confirmed that pattern as well. Now, in order for B&G Foods to really get going to the upside, what it needs to do, Brent, is it needs to take out resistance. And right now, resistance on a daily time frame is clearly the bottom of its daily profile. Sometimes old support becomes resistance. And in this instance, 1403, which is the bottom of that daily profile, is absolutely resistance out here. Now, if price can close above that, the daily profile is bearish in structure. That should mean, though, if price can get above or close above 1403, then we should see a move up to the 1450 to 1474 area. That's the center and the top of its profiles out there. And above 1474, that would say you're on to something. Now, if I pull over the other charts, my white background charts, we're going to see that what was also taking place, really three patterns to identify a bottom at the same time. So we looked at the A to B equals CD pattern. We have wave number 7. That's letter G. In fact, I've got 3 different counts out here that typically will start from different locations, but it doesn't matter. We get just all you need is 1, and we had that price moving lower. See, a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. So BGS is really trying to form a bottom here, but we just don't have confirmation on the because price still is running into resistance. So my recommendation would be to sit tight and wait for it to prove itself. Now, on the weekly time frame chart, price also pushing lower, doing with less relative energy, but no real signal there for us. We could have if we had gotten, let's say, a close above 1446 this week. We don't have that. And on the weekly time frame chart, we are in wave number 7. That is letter G on my screen out here. The monthly chart would have to close above 1683 to tell us that there is a change in trend. But the daily definitely is signaling to you and I that it's doing everything it can to form a bottom, which was basically 3-4 days ago. So what say you? What do you do now with knowing that price is struggling to clear that resistance level, the old bottom of the daily profile? What would you do here? Or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I would probably let it at least get through that initial one and just see how it's acting here. It's at least the start of something, and just to see how it progresses here and have a little patience again. And I don't have to be in anything. I like to watch these, and it just seemed like it had some potential. That's all.
No, it really does. I mean, well, from my perspective, 3 of 4. Well, we have the A to B equals CD. Oh, so 3 of the 4, because we use the A to B equals CD pattern. We use Rhodes momentum indicator. We use wave number 7, and we use a TD9 count. The TD9 count wasn't present, but you got 3 of the tools that I use to help identify tops or bottoms, and they're in place. But what we really like to see, though, in any instrument is the ability to at least take out some kind of resistance area. And so I would be watching that. I think the real signal is a close above 1403. Certainly 2 days close above that would say that bottom from 4 days ago may be pretty solid.
Yeah, I think earnings are next Tuesday, so we'll see what happens with that, and maybe that'll be what is the catalyst to get it moving.
Sounds great. Hey, Brent, always good to speak to you. Have a great weekend. We're going to a break right now. Folks, this is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, Brent, Michael, Johnny, thanks for writing the emails. Brent, they were experiencing the same problem that you are, no charts showing up on their computer screen out there. And we are having some type of streaming problem out there that the guys in the control room are trying to fix. So I'll let you know as soon as we have that fixed out there. My apology. If you need a copy of the chart that we were taking a look at, just send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, and we'll get that done. So I'll do as good of a job as I can describing really what it is that we're looking at out here so that, maybe you can follow along in your own charts and so forth. So the first question that had come in, or a question that came in earlier, was from John in the Tiger's Den. And it was basically, the question was, I'm paraphrasing here, but is it possible that we could see the ES Mini retest its highs from this week next week? So let's go take a look at, let's try to answer that question. Let's answer it the following way. The first question is, or the first thing that you and I would look at will be the bottom of its daily profile, John. This is the ES Mini we're taking a look at. That was specifically your question out here. So the bottom of that profile is 33.39. We're trading at 33.39 and 3 ticks right now. So I would say, first of all, if price can't bust them down, let's just use the expression that Obi-Wan Kenobi gave to us, because it's a key level of support. We know how it held yesterday. So if price can't bust them down, meaning a close below that level of support out there, then the answer would be, yeah, it would only make sense. You can't bust them down. You try to go bust them up. You get to the top of that box, which is 33.92. Does it get to the high of yesterday? That I don't know, but that would be the first area I would be looking at. The second area would be the NQ. Now, here we have a little bit of a divergence. Now, the day is not over, but the bottom of its new profile is 94.97. We're trading at 94.77, so 20 points below that. And if you get – but here's what I would suggest. If the NQ closes above 94.97 and ES above 33.39, well, then, and quite frankly, the Dow equity futures contract above 28.979. It's trading at 28.968 right now. And if the RTY closes above 1674, It's traded at 1682, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? Right, the weak link out here is actually the stronger of the dogs, so to speak. We're taking a look at the Russell 2000. That's what I'm referring to. So that'd be the first element that I would look at, John, to say, hey, if you hold this support, you can't bust them down. Maybe it goes to bust them to the upside. So that would be where I'd first look. If price closes below those levels, those profiles, it doesn't mean that it can't take place next week, meaning a revisit of the highs. But what it suggests, though, is at least going and pulling back and testing the top of the weekly profile. And on the ES Mini, that's 33.15. On the NASDAQ, the NQ, that's 92.87 out here. We're not going to really focus in on the Dow and the Russell 2000. So it could be a situation where price goes and tests those levels before you would see some type of a bounce. What else would I look at specifically on the ES Mini? Well, let's look at the weekly time frame chart. The week is about to come to an end. What do we know? We know that we've got an A to B equals CD pattern that is underway. What we also know right now is that it appears that we may have a weekly bearish reversal candle. I don't know for sure, but right now, if price can close into the middle section of last week's candle, and right now it's below the midsection, that creates a dark cloud cover candle. Now, these are 2-bar reversals. 5 2-bar reversal candles that are out there. Dark cloud cover is the weakest of the group out here, which just means that you want to see some follow through next week. But John, the real key level on the weekly time frame out here for support is going to be 33.19, and 33.19 is its oscillator unchanged. I know that number may move up or down by a point or so, but that's a real key level. But however, on a weekly basis, we could get well, price is also moving higher, doing less relative energy. So we have 2 patterns that are out here, really 3 patterns. Take that back. We're also in wave number 7. That is letter G. So the weekly chart is certainly giving us all types of indications that at least if the market were closed right now, we'd say, you know what's likely to happen is at least a push down to that 33.19 area. So it's all going to be dependent upon today's close to provide you and I with a clue as to what the ES Mini's next intention is. So that was take a look at daily and weekly. If we take a look at what's going on in the short-term time frame, prices pushed lower. You didn't know that, but I'm going to share that with you. Prices pushed lower, and it's done so with less relative energy. As price was pushing lower, generated a nice little hammer candle. That was the candle at 11 o'clock. Bullish reversal candle again at 11:30, but price ran right up into resistance, was the top of its profile for a 30-minute time frame. That was at the 33.49 area. So we know the price pushing lower with less relative energy out here, but nothing has busted to the upside. And I would say in this case here, not that this pattern won't take hold or can't take hold, but what you really need to see in the 30-minute time frame chart to say, okay, my bottom testing is over, to correlate that with what's going on in the daily time frame chart, we now need to see some levels of resistance get taken out on shorter term time frames. And on the 30-minute time frame right now, that would be 33.49. So that's what I would be looking at. That's what I believe the charts are communicating to you and I. I hope that helps you out, and thanks for writing in. Always much appreciated. There was a second question that came in. Let me see if I can get back here and find it. My window is pretty small. Peter was asking about the euro. So let's go take a look at the euro US dollar. Peter, we're going to take a look at the daily time frame out here. And what we have here is really just, well, let me do the wave counts to the downside. So let me just, I'm using the older system, so let me just do this manually out here. And so I don't have that kind of bottoming signal. But what we do have is clearly a buy the D point right now, an A to B equals CD pattern. And that is a big old bullish engulfing candle, and price is above Stevie's red line. So Brent, if the euro can close above 1.0839, and I realize I have about a 10 or 15 minute delay on this, so the euro not necessarily trading exactly where it's showing on my chart out here, but at the end of today's trading session, if in fact price can close above 1.083, then what that is suggesting is this is going to bounce even further out there. And where this would likely be headed to would be its most recent breakdown area. And that is priced at 1.1048. That's the daily time frame for the euro. Now I'll switch this to the weekly. The oscillator and change line is going to be off because it's still going to be trying to pick up a daily time frame. But just out of curiosity out here, what do we have going on the weekly time frame? Really not much. that I can see out here. Nothing in the weekly time frame that would show that this is bottoming out here. So it may be just a counter trend rally. If I throw this up on a monthly time frame, just out of curiosity, what do we have going on here in the euro? The monthly time frame is still suggesting that we could see price get down to that 104 area. But right now, I believe it's a daily time frame chart that is kind of ruling the roost out here. You definitely have a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern, and that would suggest a further rally. Now, maybe you just have to take a look at some retracement levels from the A to, let's do this here. Let me come over. It's easier for me to do retracements with my black background chart. Just the tool is much easier. So let's get over here. Where am I going to get to? Probably, well, I'll tell you where I'm going to get to. I'm going to get tossed off the air just for a few minutes because we're going for a commercial. So I will do that. Oh, folks, and the live stream is back, so that's a good thing. So let's go take a look at retracement levels for the euro-US dollar currency pair. As soon as we get back from this break, of course, I'd love to hear from you, Steve Rhodes at TFNN.com. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 250, S&P down 35, NASDAQ 100 off 166. Let's go back to that Euro chart out here. And so I would have to say, so you've got that confirmed A to B equals C by the D point of the A to B equals CD pattern out here, big wide-ranging bar. So at least a counter trend rally Peter should see a 0.382 retracement out of this. So that is suggesting to you and I a move up to at least the 1.095-ish type area. Above that, a 0.618 retracement at the 1.106 area. So that's what I see, and take a look at the patterns inside of the euro. Let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar index as well. I know you didn't ask for it, but just take a look at what it is doing, certainly influenced by that. Now, here's the rub. The U.S. dollar, it also has a confirmed sell the D point. However, what's taking place right now, Peter, is prices pulled back right to Stevie's green line. I mean, it's really like it's sitting right on it. And if this is just a fake out move to the downside, this is where the U.S. dollar index will stop, which would also be suggesting that the euro's rally would stop as well. So I'd kind of watch those two elements out there. I believe, Peter, you use the oscillator unchanged line, or you calculate that. So I would be watching that. The euro is just slightly above its oscillator unchanged line, Stevie's red line, green line out here. So in order for that euro to really move higher, we're going to need to see the U.S. dollar index crack a level of support. Granted, remember, it's got to confirmed at this stage of the game, sell the D point. But remember, every topping or bottoming pattern, here we're talking about topping pattern, you must remember this, because otherwise you get carried away and you set unrealistic expectations. I don't want you to do that. Every time we get a topping pattern, whatever patterns it is that you use, the only real responsibility of sellers is to try to bust out support, is to push price back to support. And we take a look at the U.S. dollar index right now, nice big move, but that's all that it has done. And we don't know if it's going to break support. If it does break support, that's one thing. But at 1:32 in the afternoon, the answer is no way, Jose. It has not done that. It's only done what it's supposed to do at this stage here, which is generate the bearish reversal candle and push its way down to support. So, Peter, I hope that helps you with a broader and a larger view on what we should be looking at, or what you might want to be looking at if you're trading the currency pairs out here. So thanks so much for writing in. We've got some questions that have come in by email. Let's go to those. The first one coming in from Aaron. And Aaron wants to take a look at, asking, could we please take a look at the profiles on the GDXJ? Absolutely, we can. So let's go take a look at GDXJ. Is going to be, I think maybe it's the junior miners. Well, that much I know. I think it is just the 1-to-1, so it's not a leveraged out here. And if you're looking for profiles, well, unfortunately, I can't provide them for you. I can, but price is above all of them. So whether it's daily, which would be 42.74, whether it's weekly, which is 41.83, or whether it's monthly, which is 41.57. Price is trading at 44.80, and price is above all of those levels out there, Aaron. So I know that's what you needed, but hey, you know what? I'm going to give you more. That's a beautiful thing. Exceed expectations. If we take a look at prices moving higher, doing so with less relative energy, you're going to be in day number 6 of a TD setup 9-count pattern, potentially a TD setup 9-count pattern. If you're in GDXJ, the only thing that will concern you would be some type of bearish reversal candle. If you get that, that will go ahead and confirm the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Now, remember, I just gave you the spiel on the dollar index. What does that mean? That means price would then, sellers would be in control, and they would have to go try to bust out support. Where is support? Well, remember we said that price is above the top of its profile, so old resistance should be new support. So you're looking at 42.74 on the daily time frame. Aaron, 42.61 is Stevie's green line. So that is your support area on any pullback. Now, of course, you have to do the evaluation whether you want to sit through, a couple dollar pullback out here. But again, it's the bearish reversal candle that would control this pattern. That's on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame for GDXJ out here, price also moving higher, doing less relative energy. You are in wave number 4 or 5 out here. But again, until you see a bearish reversal candle, nothing to be worried about there. And on the monthly time frame, what's Stevie got? Stevie's got, on a monthly time frame, interestingly enough. So when the GDXJ formed its last bottom, it was with a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, and it was on bar number 9 of a TD setup 9-count. Now you're going to be on a monthly basis inside bar number 9. So bar number 9. So, and do the 9 counts matter in the GDXJ? Hey, go all the way back into 2011, and you'll see that when this topped, it was with a TD 9-count once again. So I hope that helps you out, Aaron. Thanks so much for writing in. Have a great weekend. JMJ, that's Jim. He wants to take a look at a couple of different symbols. I'm looking to buy on a pullback, CC. So let's go take a look at CC, see what that is. Actually, the name's not going to punch up on this screen, so let me come over here and give me a second here to take a look at this. Let's go see what CC is. Is that CC's Pizza? No, I don't think it is. It's Chamor's out here. So the question is, I'd like you to look at these two stocks. I'm looking to buy on a pullback. Looking for a possible buy entry point out here. All right, so let's go back to Stevie's white background charts out here. Give me just a second to pull this over. And you're looking for a buy point. So the question is, do we have any kind of topping signal? And the answer is the topping signal out here, Jim, is the mere fact that price yesterday got all the way back to where it was supposed to, a resistance zone. The resistance zone was 2017. 2017 was the beginning of a TD setup 9-count pattern out there. So price is held there. Today looks like it's going to, it looks like the TD 9-count pattern could vanish today, because if price closes below the close of bar number 4, that pattern's not going to be out here. But to answer your question, the buy point area could be 1713. Now that's what it is today. That's Stevie's green line value out there. That's going to change, but you're in that 17 area out here as long as price is pulling back with lighter volume, unless there's a new profile that forms out there. So that's what I'll be looking at. You also want to take a look at trying to buy a pullback inside of ticker symbol GOLD, which is Barrick Gold out here. So we'll go ahead and pull this up, see what it is doing, see what patterns it has. Now in Barrick Gold, today is going to be bar number 9 of a TD setup 9-count out here. So it has the potential to identify some kind of a top. And if it does that, the first level of support that sellers have the responsibility to try to push price down to is going to be its oscillator and change line, Stevie's green line. That's priced at 1994. Below that, then you're looking at moving back into the 1744 to 1796 area out here. So Barrick Gold does have the potential of a topping pattern out here. But that's about it. Not anything that I would sell. But you're looking for the possibility of a pullback. Not Randgold, but Barrick Gold is giving you that best potential signal out there. So watch that 1994 area. Jim, thanks so much for writing in. Let's see, our next question, that's coming in from LB. And LB is going to want us to take a look at ESPR out here. And we're going to do this when we come back from the break. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you, too. The lines are open, 877-927-6648. Remember, we've got call-ahead seating. But in lieu of that, we're going to go take a look at ticker symbol ESPR. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 250, S&P 36, NASDAQ 100 off 181. So let's go back, and we had a question from Lee who wanted us to take a look at ticker symbol ESPR, wanted us to give us his view as to what the charts are communicating to us. And as we take a look at this, this is Aspirion Therapeutics. What we can see is it's trading in between the daily profiles out here. Daily profiles, bullish in structure. And the top of the box was 76.98. The bottom is 59.31. The center, 61.28. So just looking at this chart out here, ESPR looks like it's going to pull back to the bottom or the center of that daily profile out here. Now, price is above its weekly and price is above its monthly profile. But let's pull over Stevie's other charts. This will give us really the better interpretation of what the market is intending to do out here, Lee. What we can see that's taken place today. Now, first, this happened to top with wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen out here. So that's just kind of natural, normal. We got that. Okay. Now it begins pulling back. Everything was fine through yesterday. But today is kind of like, you didn't want to see this. Now, my green line, it's green or red, it's green. So when price closes below the green line, it doesn't necessarily say it's some kind of extraordinary top or anything, just tells us that we should anticipate a further pullback, because that is our first level of support out here right now inside of ESPR. So if price closes below 68.24 today, what it's really suggesting to you and I is that its intention is to get into that 59.31 to 61.28. Below that, $53 would be. That's where it had most recently broken out from. But I would say the 59.31 to 61.28. That's what the daily tells us. Remember, price was above the top of the weekly profile out here. However, the weekly profiles and the day, all the profiles only tell us where buyers and sellers are at. They don't necessarily help us to identify a topping or a bottoming pattern out there. It's nice when something coincides with those, just kind of makes it a little bit easier. But in this case here on the weekly basis, which our other charts didn't show, and this chart does show, is price had been or has been moving higher with less relative energy. Only is a problem, folks, when a bearish reversal candle forms. And right now on a weekly basis, of course, we don't know where the close will be at 4 o'clock. But right now, if this was 4 o'clock, here's your dark cloud cover to confirm that Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, in this case here, the responsibility of sellers is to push price down to support. Well, the first level of support here is 58.64. So now we're at 58.64. And we're at 59.31 and 61.28 out there. So all of this is really suggesting to us not a guarantee, that price wants to pull back into that general area out there. So, LB, I hope that helps you out. If you need anything else, just let me know. So that looks like all of, I take that back. There we go. We have more questions. It's a beautiful thing, folks, and thanks for taking the time to send these in. Please always try to send them in as early as you can. Just simply, sometimes ISPs, I just don't get them, until almost the end of the show. But Wayne wants to take a look at BA. So let's go take a look at whoops, not BQ. Well, let's see if there's a BQ out here. Probably. Come on. I don't see anything, so probably not. So let's go to Boeing, which is really. So the question is, thoughts on Apple short term, has it bottomed, and on BA for the next month, has it topped? So the daily time frame chart for Boeing shows what? It shows the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out here. And at this stage, just goes ahead and makes an A to B equals CD pattern. And that gets confirmed by a little shooting star candle. Well, let me get my cursor out here. So here's your short-term top on the daily basis, which was February 13th, inside of Boeing. And so now what we can see is prices contending with the bottom of its daily profile, which is 333.49 out here. Stevie's red line had turned green. Bullish would have been testing 334.47 and closing above it. It could still happen by the end of today's trading session, but otherwise, this is suggesting to you and I that it wants to pull back further. Now, if it closes below the daily profile, and we have two closes in a row below that, then where's it headed to? Excellent question. In this case here, with price on the weekly basis being below its red line out here, 327.60 to 315.60. So you're asking, has it? You're saying has a top for the next month? I can't really say. Now, of course, what do you mean you can't say, Steve? Oh, you say so many things. Well, I don't have that type of I don't have that tool to tell me exactly where something might be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. But here's what we can say, Wayne, and this is really important, because even though we have a top in place, it's really also important to understand where is some longer-term support out here. And that means we had to go move over to the monthly time frame. And on monthly time frame, we've got the bullish structured profile. And 316.14 has been tested and rejected quite a bit over the last year and a half out here. We're on a monthly time frame chart. So if you're thinking of going short Boeing, I don't know. I mean, this support area of 316.14 has held up really solidly out here. So I would be hesitant on doing that. Your other question was on Apple. In the case of Apple, thoughts on Apple short term, has it bottomed? So let's go take a look at Apple on the daily time frame and see what we have out here. In the case of Apple, we have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping pattern out here. We've got a confirmed wave number 7 topping pattern. All that took place on January 29th. But all that we have inside of Apple is really what looks like, appears to be a consolidating pattern out here. Price, I would say price is not bottomed yet in Apple. And Apple should go back and at least test the bottom of its profile, daily profile. It's 305.16, or maybe even 297.16. If you're looking for the ideal buy area inside of Apple, then what would have to do is say 297.16 would be that spot. That is the breakout level, the most recent breakout level there. Now, price may not be able to get down there. It tried once before a couple of weeks ago, but it found that support at 305.16. So that would be the area that you'd be looking to scale into or take a position between 297.16 and 305.16. If price closed below 297.16, then it's got more of a pullback, and then it opens up the door to 280.37. So, Wayne, that's what I see when I take a look at Apple and Boeing. Thanks for taking the time to write in. The next question coming in from Bruce. Bruce in New Jersey. Bruce, thanks for taking the time to write. Can we take a look at the XLE? I'm long and concerned that the XOM below its February lows, I may need to close my position. So if we take a look at the XLE itself, today's move has been nothing more than a test of support. So in the case of the XLE, this has a confirmed buy the D point out here. It confirmed that when it generated this little bull separating line back on February the 5th. And now what price is doing, it's trading with inside its daily market profile out here. That's between 53.02 and 55.86. In order to really close out your trade, of course, I don't know where you're in at. What you really need to see is a close below 53.02, the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. What I can share with you is all that has transpired today is a test of Stevie's red line after it's formed a bottom. And after it's formed a bottom, that's really what you like to see take place out here. So I would stay put for the time being inside of XLE, but you've got to do what is right for you. You mentioned ExxonMobil. I'll pull that up, and when we come back from this break, going into that 2-minute wrap, we'll take a look at ExxonMobil, see if there's any news out there for you there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look right now at ExxonMobil. This is for Bruce in New Jersey. So, Bruce, in the case of ExxonMobil, it's pushing lower, doing so with less relative energy out there. If there is a bullish reversal candle that forms Monday, Tuesday, whenever while this pattern is in place, that will be your buy signal in the case of ExxonMobil, which obviously would translate into the XLE. So I hope that that helps you with regard to a thorough review of the energy sector and ExxonMobil. So we've had the markets, or some of the markets, push just a bit lower out here. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the short term. First, let's take a look at the ES Mini. The ES Mini is still pushing lower. It's down at 33.28. But what we can see out here is this push. Let me just update the chart, still with less relative energy out there. So if there is a bullish reversal candle that forms, that would give you the indication of a bounce. But again, still out here, the real key level of resistance is 33.49 out there. That's been tested earlier. That's your level of resistance inside the ES Mini. The NQ also pushing lower. Let's see if it's with or without strength out here. So let's pull over the 30-minute time frame chart for it, and we can see that it is pushing lower, doing so with less relative energy out there. So watch if there's a bullish reversal candle that forms. The level to be watching is 95.39. Now let's go take a look at the Dow and the Russell 2000. Let's do the same time frames. What do we see out here in the Dow? Well, nothing, because the chart didn't come over, but voila, there we go. So in the case of the Dow, it hasn't pushed below the earlier morning lows out there. Something to think about. All it's doing right now is actually testing the bottom of its 30-minute profile, 28,896. So its Rhodes momentum indicator bottom is still in place. To finish things off, let's go take a look at the Russell 2000 and see what it's doing. It too pushing lower, but is it below this morning's lows, the hammer candle on the 30-minute basis? And the answer there is no. Does that mean something, folks? Guess we'll know by the end of the day. Hey, thanks so much for being here. It's been a great week. Have a terrific weekend. We'll look forward to seeing you on Magical Monday. Stay tuned. 2 great hours of programming. You've got your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. Tom O'Brien after that. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, folks.